Imagine Spider-Man facing off against villains like DoctorDoom, the Vulture, and even a cosmic force like Null. Could we see a blend of multiverse threats, street-level battles, and maybe even a team-up with past Spider-Men? Stick around, because we're unpacking every detail about Spider-Man, Brand New Day, and why this might be Peter Parker's most epic battle yet. Welcome back, everyone. Today, we're diving deep into the possible storyline and villain lineup for the new Spider-Man movie, Brand New Day. If the rumors are true, Peter Parker, portrayed by Tom Holland, will face villains from both cosmic and street-level spheres. Set after Avengers, Doomsday, Peter is trying to live a normal life, but when has that ever gone according to plan for our friendly neighborhood Spider-Man? Let's start with the possibility of Venom appearing. Now, if you're a fan of the Spider-Man comics, you know that Venom is one of Spider-Man's most dangerous and iconic foes. Venom's origin story is closely tied to Peter Parker, and seeing them clash again in live action would be epic. We last saw Tom Hardy's Venom briefly cross over into the MCU in the Spider-Man No Way Home post-credits scene, which left a hint of the symbiote in Peter's universe. This tiny detail could mean a lot for Brand New Day, potentially setting the stage for Peter's own symbiote saga. In the comics, Peter first bonds with the alien symbiote in the Amazing Spider-Man issue 252, 1984, gaining enhanced powers but also becoming more aggressive and ruthless. This darker side of Spider-Man would bring an intense twist to Peter's character arc in the MCU, allowing us to see how he handles the temptation of power that comes with the symbiote. It would be a callback to Spider-Man 3, but with a fresh spin for the MCU, especially if Venom seeks Peter out for revenge. For those who grew up on Spider-Man the Animated Series, you'll remember the memorable episodes where Venom teams up with Spider-Man to fight bigger threats like Carnage. This dynamic could happen here, with Venom and Peter forming a reluctant partnership to protect New York from a threat too big for either of them to handle alone. And if that isn't enough, we have speculation around Null, the god of symbiotes, a relatively new character from Venom 2018 comics. Null is terrifyingly powerful. He created the symbiotes and holds a grudge against all of life. In King in Black 2020, Null nearly brings the entire Marvel universe to its knees, plunging Earth into darkness. Imagine Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man joining Peter to finally fulfill his No Way Home dream of fighting an alien. Null would be that ultimate extraterrestrial enemy, pushing Peter to his limits in ways we haven't seen before. Let's kick things off with DoctorDoom. For fans of the comics, you'll remember Doom and Spider-Man's intense history. Their first encounter was in the Amazing Spider-Man issue 5, 1963, where Doom tries to recruit Spider-Man after watching a documentary about him financed by none other than J. Jonah Jameson. This issue showcases Doom's intellect, always trying to manipulate situations to his advantage. Now imagine this in the MCU. Doom could be attempting to recruit Peter for his own dark agenda, especially if he sees potential in Peter's strength and skill. DoctorDoom's larger story in Marvel spans major comic arcs like Secret Wars, 1984 and 2015, where Doom played a pivotal role in shaping the multiverse. These comics show Doom not just as a power-hungry ruler, but as a near-godlike figure, which would create an intriguing dynamic against Peter's grounded, streetwise approach. In the Secret Wars 2015 storyline, Doom is literally a god, ruling over a multiversal realm called Battleworld, where he clashes with heroes like Spider-Man. Seeing Tom Holland's Spidey tackle a villain of this magnitude could be mind-blowing. Imagine Doom not alone. We could see Kraven the Hunter, Hobgoblin, Mr. Negative, and even Scorpion joining the fray. Kraven, of course, is known for his intense hunts, and Spider-Man is his ultimate prey. Kraven's appearances in Kraven's Last Hunt show him as one of Spidey's deadliest foes, relentlessly pursuing Peter with a primal vengeance. Then there's Hobgoblin, who has haunted Peter for decades in the comics, first appearing in the Amazing Spider-Man issue 238. This villain brings a chaotic energy, a dark mirror of Green Goblin, with that eerie demonic laughter that would add a psychological twist to the battle. And if that isn't enough, Mr. Negative could bring his own brand of darkness. Known for his dual personality, Mr. Negative was a breakout character in the Spider-Man PS4 game, where his connection to Peter's personal life made him a powerful foe. Scorpion, on the other hand, has been a classic villain since the 60s, with his own vendetta against Peter, and his intense battles with Spider-Man have left fans on the edge of their seats in both comics and animated series. Now, let's talk about Michael Keaton's return as the Vulture. Keaton's Vulture has been one of Spider-Man's more grounded foes, rooted in a storyline of revenge and redemption. In Spider-Man Homecoming, we saw him as a complex character who isn't purely evil, but rather driven by circumstance. The character of Vulture in the comics goes all the way back to the Amazing Spider-Man issue 2, 1963, and he's always had that relatable edge. Seeing him return, especially with a possible team-up, would make things personal for Peter, balancing the cosmic scale Doom brings with a gritty, street-level threat. The potential of Doctor Doom and Null also offers a connection to Marvel's animated series, like Spider-Man, the animated series in 1994, where Doom made memorable appearances. He and Spider-Man clash in episodes like Doctor Doom, Master of the World, where Doom's schemes reach across dimensions. If they draw inspiration from these animated stories, the MCU could combine action-packed sequences with complex character dynamics, giving us a movie that blends nostalgia with new threats. And don't forget the possibility of the Kingpin appearing, especially with the return of Charlie Cox as Daredevil. In Spider-Man the Animated Series, Kingpin orchestrates some of the biggest challenges Spider-Man faces, often pulling strings from the shadows. Imagine a scenario where Spider-Man must navigate alliances and rivalries within New York's criminal underworld while balancing his battles against multiversal threats. What about the possibility of Miles Morales being added to the story? For those familiar with Miles from the Spider-Verse animated films or the comics, he's a fresh and energetic take on the Spider-Man legacy. In the comics, Miles first appeared in Ultimate Fallout issue 4, following the tragic death of his universe's Peter Parker. Since then, he's become a fan favorite, bringing a new set of abilities to the Spider-Man title, including invisibility and bioelectric venom blasts. Imagine him entering the MCU, where he could learn from Peter while bringing his own style and unique powers to the table. Seeing Peter and Miles side by side, especially if they have to team up against a powerhouse like Doctor Doom, would be incredible. Doctor Doom, played by Robert Downey Jr., could bring a high-stakes multiversal threat that might just require two Spider-Men to handle. In the comics, Doom is one of Marvel's most formidable villains, and pairing him with foes like Kraven the Hunter, Hobgoblin, Mr. Negative, and Scorpion would make for an action-packed lineup. Alright, Spidey fans, if all these rumors are true, Spider-Man Brand New Day could be the most intense chapter in Peter Parker's story yet. Imagine Spider-Man going up against the relentless hunt of Kraven, the chaotic mind of Hobgoblin, the dual darkness of Mr. Negative, and the brutal strength of Scorpion. And that's just the beginning. Add in Venom, the mastermind schemes of Doctor Doom, and the looming threat of Null, and you've got a web of villains unlike anything we've seen on the big screen. This isn't just another Spider-Man movie, it's a test of everything Peter stands for. With stakes that stretch from New York's gritty streets to the far reaches of the multiverse, Brand New Day could redefine what it means to be a hero in the MCU. So get ready, because if Peter's facing even half of these villains, this is going to be the Spider-Man showdown of a lifetime. So who's your pick for the ultimate villain in Spider-Man Brand New Day? Doctor Doom, Null, or maybe even a surprise like the Kingpin? Let us know in the comments which villain you'd like to see Peter face and why. And hey, if you're as excited as we are about this new Spidey chapter, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the notification bell. We'll keep you updated with every new reveal about Brand New Day, and trust me, you won't want to miss it. Until next time, stay amazing!